So let's talk about Pragmata. Now, if you watched the recent Capcom showcase, this probably stood out to you because it looks really freaking cool. The weird little girl, the sci-fi setting, the mixture of shooting and melee combat, the stunning kind of like neo-NASA visuals, it really looks like something special. Of course, this whole trailer was marred or focused upon simply because it had the indefinitely delayed date and like an apology from the developers, so a lot of people are either writing this off or trying to start a toxic hype cycle. Today I'm Pliskin and I want to talk about how we should start up a more healthier hype cycle around this game. And to do that, we need to inform ourselves a little better about what this is all about.
I thought the Covenant had eliminated all the Marine forces in this area.
What have I done?
Pragmata has been classified as an action-adventure game. It's being developed by a newer, younger team at Capcom. I think the quotation has something to go over how they want to imbue a new property with youthful passion by bringing in newer people to the company. This whole thing just kind of reeks of fresh start. So it's a bunch of new people in the company working on a new IP. However, they're being overseen by some of the head staff. No one's been named in specific, but people that oversaw the Monster Hunter and Devil May Cry projects. Some people would look at this and be like, oh god, there's an inexperienced team trying out with a new IP, they don't know what they're doing, it's gonna end up terrible. However, I see promise here. Now, let me be clear, I don't think this is going to be the best game ever made. I don't think it's going to be the best Capcom game ever made. I don't even think it's going to be the best game on the RE engine. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be. You see, Capcom, specifically Capcom, has a track record of going off the path sometimes and making something weird. Let me take you back to Haunting Ground. Haunting Ground was basically taken off of the corpse of the Clock Tower series, and they said, okay, let's do something experimental, let's do something that takes what's going on here, but let's really do our own thing with it, create its own identity. Capcom got weird, Capcom got experimental, and it turned out great. Haunting Ground has mechanics I haven't really seen replicated anywhere else. It really feels like its own unique gem. So when I look at Pragmata, and I see it doing so many things different, I get that same warm, fuzzy feeling when I'm looking at this as when I'm looking at Haunting Ground. And this brings me to the main point of the video. I want to start a healthy hype cycle with this. You might be thinking, Pliskin, what are you talking about? Well, I'm going to tell you two stories. The first story takes us back to 2013 when I first discovered the Metal Gear series. I was introduced to it in two ways, the HD collection on PS Vita and the trailer for Phantom Pain. When I saw the trailer for Phantom Pain, my mind went wild. I thought about Snake Eater, I thought about Metal Gear Solid 2 and was like, in an open world? Damn, the stealth opportunities are gonna be insane. The story's probably gonna knock both of these games out of the water. And with all these new graphics and technology, they're gonna make Snake Eater but better. They're gonna go bigger. It's gonna be amazing. And guess what? It wasn't. Phantom Pain wasn't a follow-up to Snake Eater, nor was it a follow-up to Metal Gear Solid 2. It was its own thing. It was its own unfinished thing that carried a shit ton of franchise baggage, and is mainly what is responsible for the Phantom Pain's bad reception. Franchise baggage, and the expectations that came with that. Story number 2. I saw Halo Infinite's first gameplay trailer and my mind was blown. I was like, oh my god, a new Halo game that actually looks and feels like Halo. I heard the drums, I saw the battle rifle, I heard the... And I got so fucking excited. I had the expectation in my head of an open world Combat Evolved. It wasn't an open world Combat Evolved. And again, there are things to appreciate and like with Halo Infinite, but it's definitely held down by franchise baggage. And this brings us back to Pragmata. Pragmata doesn't have this franchise baggage, but people are already comparing it to stuff like Death Stranding or Resident Evil or other RE Engine games. And that is how you start a negative or a toxic hype cycle. So here, right now, I want to go over the 3 steps for a healthy hype cycle. And we're going to use Pragmata in order to do this. Firstly, recognize this as its own property, its own original idea. I'm going to watch these trailers, I'm going to experience things, I'm going to get excited and not so excited for what I see here without comparison to something else. 2, I'm going to be informed about the development struggles. I'm going to look at the situation they're in. I'm going to say, oh, okay, there's a lot of promise here with the new staff coming in. However, I understand why they're probably having a lot of issues. It's new people with a lot of passion trying something completely different. And 3rd, I'm not going to obsess over this game. I'm going to tune in whenever they do have updates. It looks interesting. I definitely would like to see how this ends up. But I'm not going to start making 70 different videos analyzing why, oh, this cat is see-through, what must this mean? Oh, the little girl has sparkly eyes, does this mean she will be a combat companion and it will be like Bioshock Infinite, blah 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 blah. 3 steps. I recognize it as its own thing. I recognize the issues it might have, and I'm not going to get obsessed with it. I have faith in Capcom. When they get weird, when they try new things. I mean, 2 of my most favorite games of all time, Haunting Ground and Resident Evil 7. Both are when Capcom said, let's try something else, let's take a risk. So yeah, I really just wanted to bring attention to Pragmata, but I also wanted to, get this idea of a healthy hype cycle in your head. So what I want you to do after you're done watching this video, whether you give a shit about Pragmata or not, is go somewhere to a game or a project that you actually care about. Hit up that comment section or make a video and try to start your own healthy hype cycle where you get people to visualize this game as its own thing, to recognize the potential issues, and to not get too obsessed with what's going on. If there's one thing you take away, I want it to be that. Anyways, this has been Pliskin. I'm super excited for this. Over and out.
This is Solid Snake. Hey, subscribe to Pliskin Boy. God damn it.
You heard him.